Hello singers, I'm vocal coach Jamie Vendera. Most of you know me from Shattering Glass on shows like Mythbusters or training singers from bands like Zappa Play Zappa, Dream Theater, Thriving Ivory, or even from my book Raise Your Voice. Well, for those of you who've read my book Raise Your Voice, you've heard of the Vendera Digital Vocal Coach. It's an app, it's a program I've been trying to get developed for years. Just couldn't find the right programmer, but I finally found that man, a man named Ken Ludden, who actually also created a program called Drums XD, which ironically is how we found him. My guitarist Scott Stith and I actually use Drums XD to record songs via MIDI. The samples are amazing. I reached out to him when I had a problem with his app, which he quickly helped me fix. And that's when we got to talking, and he realized who I was, and I told him about this app, and voila, it came to be. So I never leave home without this. I just got back from Japan. I take this with me to practice, and it's an amazing app. It does so many things. If you have the app, you know you can go to tunedxd.com. There's a PDF ebook that explains how to use the app, as well as the TunedXD User's Guide video, which is a 20-minute video that explains everything. Still, I get a lot of emails from people who have bought it, and they're like, hey, how do I do this and do that? So I figured I'd go ahead and make a little mini-series breaking down every little piece. So you can see I'm showing it to you on my iPad as well. I got it on my iPhone. And this is the startup screen. I'm just going to kind of run through everything really quick. I'm not going to explain it because we'll do other videos for it. So right now I have the tuner, which if you want to practice holding a note, like hey, you can see this changes. And it'll tell me the note, what octave I'm in. I'm in the second octave, and this will actually tell me how close I'm to being in tune. You can see that little arrow. It'll move down to red, yellow, green when it's dead on, and it goes plus or minus, really goes 50 cents, even though we haven't marked it 40. For guitar players, we also have a tuner in there, a guitar tuner, which I'll have Scott explain that in another video. And you can actually change it. It don't have to be standard tuning. It could be any tuning. Next, on this icon, we have the glass shattering game, which actually is a unique thing because it actually helps you to develop intonation. We actually have 12 different glasses, which you can spin. You can see a different glass. Rub your finger there. And I don't have them off frequency. I have them in A440, dead on per note, so that you do learn intonation. And when you're ready to shatter glass, you pick your glass, you set how hot you want it, like, decibel-wise, 120 to 40. Hold it out 30 seconds or 2 seconds. You hit that, and it's ready to break. And there you go. Next thing is we have the scale generator. You can actually program your scales. We do have pre-programmed scales in here for the exercises from Raise Your Voice 2, the Advanced Manual, for my new book for 2014, Sing Fit, as well as vibrato exercises and vocal power exercises, because as most of you know, Jim Gillette, the singer from Nitro, who could break glass with his voice, actually trained me to take his place on television. He also dubbed me the only person that he endorses to teach his vocal power scales. Not knocking anyone else. I know a couple, coaches, and many coaches actually use vocal power scales. My favorite being Eli Princeton. But when it comes to Jim, I am the only one endorsed by him to actually teach these scales. Not a big issue. We'll go over that in another video. We also have a 2-track recorder, and the reason we have the 2-track recorder is because growing up for me, I used to always have jam boxes. I'm that old, so we'd have cassette tapes, and I'd put Def Leppard in one and play the music and put a blank cassette in the other. I would sing along to Def Leppard and record on the other jam box to test my voice and see how much I was improving. So I was actually doing karaoke before karaoke was even a thing back in the 80s. Next thing, we have a stopwatch. You have a stopwatch for doing your breathing exercises. And we also have this Tabata Timer here, which is a very unique timer. You just got to type in T-A-B-A-T-A on Google and you understand what it's about. So it's very good for my book, The Air and Water Diet. Also, we have a metronome, which goes from 30 to 360. We have very many different time signatures. So we can change all those time signatures, 2-4 all the way to 12-8. And of course, we got the most amazing pitch wheel. Most of you know who I am, know that I love pitch wheels. Used to always carry one with me, but now that I got this digital vocal coach right in my pocket, I hit that little button, I pull it up, and I can either hit the button in the center, let me turn one off, or I can hit the piano down here for a staccato note. I can change the notes. As well, I can hit the different octaves down here. So basically, there's help in here and other things like that. That's basically the overview of what TunedXD does. It is to me, I mean, we poured our heart and soul in this. This is the most amazing vocal training tool out there. You can do everything. Your vibrato, your breathing exercises, your scales, your intonation exercises, and you can learn to break glass with this thing. So that's the basic overview. Now I want to break it down and start going into little tutorials. So check out my YouTube page and check out all the other videos. I'll see you soon.